Welcome back to Watkins Glen, New York, and the Bud at the Glen. Bill Elliott pulls out of the pits. However, Tom Kendall is still there, Jerry.
Not a good day for Junior Johnson Racing. The 11 car we mentioned a minute ago overheating. The 27 car back in. We told you it had a skip at high RPMs. It now has developed a pop at low RPMs. The backup ignition change didn't help. They're going to change now the entire distributor and wire harness. If that doesn't fix it, it most likely means a split valve. That's what we're being told by Mike Hill. And if that's the case, it'll probably be a short afternoon for Tommy Kendall and the McDonald's Ford. Back upstairs.
It's his 10th start in NASCAR Winston Cup competition on a road course.
Well, Bob, they're scheduled to get the green flag when they come back to you. As we look at the entire field as they come through the interloop here, you see where your favorite driver is running, but they are scheduled to get the green flag when they get back to the start-finish line.
Saw Michael Waltrip there in the Pennzoil car. It backed up a little bit. He stopped when the cars rolled off pit road. He stopped and they had the hood up on his car for a little bit. I don't know exactly what that was all about.
There is Scott Lagasse there at the end of the pack. No smoke coming from that car, so they may have corrected the problem that plagued them right as the green flag dropped.
That was Lightsinger that had the smoking problem.
Oh, okay.
Lagasse had the clutch problem.
That's right. He was in the pits, though.
Yes, he was.
10 laps have been completed. When they come down, they'll get the green flag, and we'll be back to racing. Mark Martin is out front of Ernie Irvan, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt, and Rusty Wallace, who, by the way, is celebrating his 38th birthday today. Happy birthday, Rusty.
Yes, happy birthday, Rusty.
All right, let's see what happens if the positions change as they get the green flag and pan out toward one.
Oh, I love it when they do that. 4 wide coming down in here. It's going to be Mark Martin leading Ernie for sure. Gordon's next, and then Dale Earnhardt moves right up to there. Rusty Wallace behind him. Then Kenny Schrader and Wally Dollenbeck.
You can see how busy a driver is when they're going through the S's, as they not only have to turn right and left, but they also have to change those gears. They're heading up through the S's. We'll see Rusty go back to 4th gear now. This is the fastest part of the racetrack right there, but he'll start gearing down here, start braking down here in just a moment as he enters the interloop. And here's Ricky Rudd trying to make a pass down on the inside. Oh, they're getting awfully tight right there. But they get back in single file as they come into the S's. Mark Martin got himself about a 2-car lead over Ernie Irvan. It looks like everybody's getting through the loop okay this time.
Well, Benny, they're passing the 27 car of Kendall, and he's in that position because he came out of the pits when they got the green flag.
Exactly. He is a lap down in the McDonald's car. So Jimmy Spencer sits back home in Mooresville, North Carolina. Your car's a lap down, and we see him moving over, letting all the rest of the cars go by. We just hold our camera here, letting all the cars go by so you can see where everyone is running.
This is turn 10, by the way. There's Kyle Petty, Lake Speed, and Dave Marcus.
Dave Marcus has a new sponsor on his car this week, Mr. Salt.
But it isn't the color that it was last week at Indianapolis. It was a yellow car last week. Now it's black to the Marcus blue.
Looks like the 3 abreast coming down towards you, Dorsey.
Yeah, there's a lot of racing going. Wally Dollenbeck just now has gotten underneath Kenny Schrader, has taken over that position. We're side by side as Kyle Petty gets underneath the 15 car. A lot of racing going on turn 1.
Oh, pretty good bump.
Oh, yes, sir. Lake Speed and Kyle Petty made contact with each other as they came out of the first corner.
Oh, there's a 34 car of Mike McLaughlin. Got in the way of Lake Speed. Almost had a crash there. Looks like McLaughlin off the pace.
Yeah, Mike had moved up to about 16th, 17th position, but he was doing real well. But I think something has happened to his cars as we see most of the field now going through the loop.
Here's that bump again. Watch Kyle on the inside and Lake on the outside, and boom.
That could definitely cause a toe-in problem on that 42 car, or the 15, actually. There we see Jeff Burton, the Investors car, right behind these fellas watching them. And Jeff's brother Ward on his rear bumper.
Boy, remember last year when Kyle was leading this race and had the problem up through the S's and took Earnhardt with him? We showed you that in our opening of the show today. Now back up front, it's pretty much single file there. As Dorsey said, Dollenbeck has gotten around Schrader with Labonte and Rudd following. Then a pretty good gap back to Todd Bodine.
That was Joe Nemechek just made a move, moved up one position there in the 41 car coming in turn 1.
I saw Dale Jarrett go by the Interstate Battery car. He's right behind Nemechek.
Nemechek started in 23rd spot, so he has moved up through the field here.
There goes Dale Jarrett. Look at these cars fanning down towards you, Ned.
Yep, and they try to get position coming into the loop. They know that's one place they can pass if they can outbrake someone or get position, but this time, no one made a pass. They all came through there single file, and okay. Well, we look back in the back, there's a couple of cars that got side by side, but they got through okay.
On top of the Family Channel 4, driven by Ted Musgrave as he heads for turn 10. This has got to be one of the, if not the second fastest portion of the racetrack before you break going into 10.
Yes, it is the second fastest. We see the 4 car, Sterling Marlin on the inside. I guess that's P.J. Jones.
Whoops. And Lake Speed is off course momentarily. He's okay, though.
Well, I tell you, you don't want to get in that grass because we've seen what happened to Bobby Labonte when he got in the grass. Just in the wall he went.
And there is Labonte running right beside him.
Extremely wet.
There's Kyle Petty right there with Lake. I don't know whether there was contact between those two or not, but in any case, Lake did do a 360 and kept going.
But he stayed on the black part, and that's the critical part.
As Benny said, Lake will not be back with the Bud Moore team in 1995. He's looking around.
Car that you see in the screen in front of Lake Gordon is Mike McLaughlin.
Looks like he's back up to speed now, Benny, but he did slow there for a portion of a lap, but looks like he's going okay now.
There's the leader, Mark Martin, who started from the pole. And of the 11 Winston Cup races that have been held at Watkins Glen, 4 have been won from the pole, 36%. John Curtin has more on the Mike Magic Shoes McLaughlin story. John?
Bob Magic Shoes was just in the lap before the car was hung in 3rd gear. That's why Ned had noticed he had slowed down on the course. They came in, got under the car, worked on the linkage, and have now got him back out there.
I thought that Ernie Irvan was gaining on Mark Martin before the caution flag, but since the green has been back at it, doesn't look to me like Ernie's gained too much on him, has he, Ned?
No, as a matter of fact, the last lap, the 6 car has pulled away just a little bit. As we see, Wally Dallenbach now has moved around Ken Schrader.
Here we see Dallenbach, the STP Pontiac. As I told you at the top of the show, he will not drive this car in Michigan next week. John Andretti will drive the car.
There is Rusty Wallace passing Hud Strickland, who has been into the pits and is not on the lead lap. There's Rusty running in 5th spot, and we ride with him down the front stretch.
Car finish line, 3rd gear. And Dorsey will go to 2nd when he gets to you, won't he?
Yeah, some of these guys will go down to 3rd, then down to 2nd, but most of these guys have been watching brake real hard, just pull it down into 2nd gear, get out of here.
The watch as he goes through turn 2 up to 3rd gear, up the hill, little left-hander, probably off the gas right there, now back on the gas, and somewhere here he'll be hitting 4th gear.
And onto the backstretch. And right now he's looking right at Ned, who's up ahead there, but before he gets to Ned, he'll have to go through this McDonald's loop.
Yep, and he goes through those gears again too, Bob. He goes to 3rd, then down to 2nd. Keeps him busy out there. A lot of work going on with the race driver. He's not just out there for a Sunday afternoon driving through a mountainous area or a curvy type road.
Wallace with the left side tires off just a little bit as he came out of corner number 9, but everything is okay. And Mark Martin continues to lead the Bud at the Glen over Ernie Irvan, Jeff Gordon, who is running 3rd, then Dale Earnhardt, and Rusty Wallace 5th with 16 of 90 laps completed.